Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's get at it. Who's ready? Good morning. Matter of fact, I need to charge that so they can do supposed to. Good morning, Vietnam. Roll call. When you check in, holler at me. Tell me who you are. Where you coming from? Tiffany, Kwanzaa, good morning. Rochelle, how y'all doing today? Heather, Chikrita, Nikki, Heather, Crystals, Creations. I got creators in the house. Angela, John. Come on in this house. My father used to play slap boxing with me with his knuckles. I was little, and he would always say, "Come on in this house. Come on in this house." Chaz, Tiff, Angela, Jennifer. Today I want to talk about sound advice. I'm going to be very, very, very intentional. I'm sorry I was a little bit late, but I am going to be very intentional because I've got like a million things I want to stuff into my block or window between 7 now to 12 o'clock. So I got a lot of things I got to try to stuff and get done. And so I'm going to try to put as much as I can in this short window and time block. So what I'm going to do is open up with prayer, and then I'm going to share some scriptures that I hope will be a blessing with you. So I'm going to be very intentional. So this is what certainly I don't want anybody to take this out of context, but I study war. I study the strategies of generals, of armies. I watch documentaries. So I'm one of those people, I don't get into reality TV. I'll watch a documentary, a several part documentary. So the Germans in World War II, they had a method they called blitzkrieg. So what they would do is they were big on being fast and furious. And what they would do is catch their enemy by surprise, and they would rush through. So if they were taking a city, they would rush their tanks through the city as fast as they could and level as many buildings as they could, thus preventing the opposing army or nation from getting together in the right time to oppose their efforts. So the Germans early on were very effective with that. Hitler and his army was very effective with that. We know Hitler was an absolutely despicable man. He was a wicked individual. He was an evil individual, but his generals and his field commanders put together a great strategy and tactic of going in very fast. So I say all that to say this. Y'all got a great history lesson about war to tell you how fast I'm about to go into this message. So I'm doing just like that. I'm going straight in to the enemy's camp, and I'm going to give you some words, and I'm going to give you some truth on today. So I want to pray, and then we're going to dive in. I hope y'all ready for that. I hope y'all ready for that. That's one of the things I miss about traveling. When we do get back traveling, I'm going to be all over the place. I was scheduled to be in South Africa at the end of this year. I don't think that's going to happen. So we're supposed to be in South Africa in November, but with all of these things happening, of course, I've been fully vaccinated, and so I can travel, but I just would rather err on the side of precaution, as well as I want to encourage everybody during this time, take advantage of this season. Somebody was texting me yesterday, and we were talking, and I said, actually, this has been more of a blessing than it's been of a burden, because it's allowed us to do so many different things and get so much done and get so much in order. So I want to encourage y'all on today. Please listen to me. Take advantage of the time that you have. When you got to pause, when you have a stop. In fact, I'm one of those people, I'm real bad. I'll take my iPad and phone with me, and I'll work while I'm in a line. Because if I'm in a line somewhere, I'm going to get as much done as I can in a short amount of time. So here's what I want to do. I want to pray, then I'm going to jump right in. But today I want to ask you the question, who's advising you? who are you getting advice from? And so this is so very important and so very imperative. Let's pray. God, we thank and praise you for this day you've given us. I pray for everybody who's on this live, God, you would touch their heart, their mind, open up their hearts and minds so that we might receive what you want to say to us, God. Deposit something in us that will accrue interest. Deposit something in us that will accrue interest. It will grow. It will build. It will increase. That God, just like you said, your word is a seed, let that seed be sown in our hearts and minds today, and let it be watered with the right people, with the right advisors, so it can grow and we can produce much fruit. Bless us now in Jesus' name. Amen. So listen, I want to ask you the question, who's advising you? Again, it is 7:08. Y'all, I plan on being off at about 7:25. I plan on being off at 7:25. So I got 17 minutes to just, give y'all as much as I can. I want to encourage you to make sure you get the right people in your ear. Whoever has access to you has access to advise you. I want you to write that down. Whoever has access to you has access to advise you. Whoever has proximity to you has some form of influence over you. Whoever has your phone number, whoever has your email, whoever can text you, whoever can call you, whoever can get a face-to-face meeting with you, they have some level of influence over your life. So you control who has access to you in your perimeter and in your sphere. And I want to encourage us on today to be very careful and be very selective of the times you let people talk to you and the kind of people you let talk to you. I think y'all missed it. Now let me go in professor mode. I want you to be very selective of the times you let people talk to you and the kind of people you let talk to you. Because sometimes we have family and we have friends who have proximity, okay? And because they have proximity, it does not mean they value or respect you like they should. Because some people don't truly respect people who they have a familiarity with. There's an old saying that is, familiarity breeds resentment. You know what that means? That means that people who know you well tend to not value you as much as people who've had a chance to study you from a distance. Because people who study you from a distance, they study you from a distance without really seeing your flaws, your imperfections, or whatever. So what they see is what they get from you and how it benefits them. But they haven't had a chance to smell your breath. They haven't had a chance to smell your underarms after you've been working out. They haven't had a chance to be around you when you stumble or when you trip or when you fall. So they can be able to extrapolate the good out of you without really analyzing the bad. Okay. I told you I got 17 minutes. I'm going to give y'all as much as I can. So I want to encourage you on today, be very selective of who you allow into your space and be very selective who you go to with questions, who you go to when you're filled with anxiety, who you go to when you're discouraged. Because I want to tell you something. Some people you go to for help, they would rather see you squirm than watch you come out of what you're in. I'm going to go there. I have discovered this. Some people can do you more harm than they can do you good in your time or moment of need. And I want to throw this in, and I want you to get this. It's very important for us, y'all. Please don't miss this. To go to God first. Let me give you some verses that deal with advice and deal with counsel. When we talk about advice and we talk with counsel, the scripture says that God is a wonderful counselor, everlasting God, Prince of Peace. Okay. He's a wonderful counselor. Do you not know that people paid thousands of dollars to lay on the couch of a shrink? Shrinks charge you by the hour. People who advise you, who counsel you, they charge you because they know what they have to tell you is worth something, and their time is worth more than anything else. I need you to hear this. Let me just throw this out because I want to stuff y'all with as much as I can. And so if you need to go back and rewind this, I suggest you do so, because I'm going to give y'all I'm like Yosemite Sam today. I'm firing with both guns. So I need you to hear me on today. Time is worth more than money. Master P, don't miss this. Master P of No Limit Records. He was a genius in the sense of he found out that if he sat down with Michael Jackson's attorney, so he paid Michael Jackson's attorney $50,000 just to sit and have a conversation with him. Michael Jackson's attorney gave him enough information for him to secure a multi-million-dollar deal where he would make hundreds of millions of dollars. Don't miss this. I mentioned this in my sermon this week. He sat down with a man and spent $50,000 to make hundreds of millions of dollars because he saw the worth of that man's time, and that man could charge him $50,000 because he knew what he had, his wisdom and what it was worth. Do you know what you're worth? I want to tell you this, and I told our young men this yesterday. I laugh, I joke, I'm cool, all of that. But I have to help them understand, never underestimate the value of what I say to you. Never undervalue the time you get to spend with me, because I want you to get this. Never take for granted when somebody gives you access. This week I share a message called Destined for Greater, Destined for Greater. And I talk about how Elijah and Elisha connected. Now I need you to hear this. Elijah put his mantle on Elijah put his mantle on Elisha. Watch what he does. He doesn't tell him, will you follow me? I think we can do something together. I see something in you. Here's what he did. He gave him a hint that he was interested. Powerful people don't push themselves on you. I'm going to give you that for free. I need you to catch this. Powerful people don't push themselves on you. Powerful people, they give you a hint that they're interested. What you do with that is on you. They give you an opportunity. They allow you to come to a meeting. They allow you to ride with them in their car. They invite you to an event for you to learn some more things, to hold a conversation with you. They allow you into their office. I need you to get this on today because it's worth its weight in gold. And I promise y'all, 7:25, I'm raising up out of here. I got to be very intentional today. I got 10 minutes. I want to ask you the question, who's advising you? What opportunities has God given you? What type of favor has he given you with who? Don't take the people that God has given you for granted. Because sometimes we can be around greatness and not even recognize it. I told y'all about the story of that man who came from Alabama. In the 1950s, he came from Alabama to New York City. The man goes to New York City and he's looking for the great Empire State Building. He'd seen the great Empire State Building on television. He wanted to see it up close. He comes from Alabama, takes a bus all the way there, gets in a taxi all throughout the city. He's searching for the great Empire State Building. He's walking around the city. Finally, he's looking up at buildings and he stops and bumps into a man. And he says, sir, I've come all the way from Alabama. He said, I want to know, can you point me in the direction of the Empire State Building? I've never seen it up close and personal before. Watch this. The man told him, sure, sir, you're standing right in front of it. Here it was. He was in the presence of greatness and didn't even recognize it. Some of us can be around great people. We can have things and opportunities and we have it right in front of our face and not even value it or appreciate it or see what we have. Oh, because we know them. Oh, because we used to them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We know. Yeah. He's been here for a while. Yeah. We know him. Oh, we know her. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, you talking about Keith? Yeah, I've been knowing her. And you fail to really value it. This is why I need you to understand. Now, let me shift because I'm giving y'all a lot in this. You need people. I shared this in my stories. I should have made it a post. You need people, watch this, who inspire you and who instruct you. Write those eyes down. You don't just need people who give you inspiration. Joanne, you need people who give you instruction. Now, the instruction part is where I'm going to hang out for the last portion of this. I need friends who breathe life into me. You inspire me. Oh, man, I love inspiration. I love being around inspirational people. I love being around people who get me hyped, excited, and who inspire me, people who climb mountains. And man, I'm inspired to do that. But you know what I need? I need people who instruct me. Kim, because I need the person who can tell me, okay, you can climb that mountain too, but here's what you got to do. Go get your backpack from over there. Here's the tools you need. Here's how much money those tools are going to cost. You need to give yourself enough time to be able to climb it. You need to pace yourself so you don't climb it in one day. I need instruction. And I need you to hear this on today. The book of Proverbs is a book of wisdom. The book of Proverbs is Solomon speaking to his son. Here's the king, Solomon, speaking to his son who's going to be a king. And he tells him in 31 chapters who to avoid, what type of friends to make, what type of women to stay away from. He tells him this. He tells him the type of investments he needs to make. He tells him the type of stuff he needs to do, what he doesn't need to do. All throughout the book of Proverbs, it's a book of wisdom. Now, here's what I want you to get, Pierre. He says, in all you're getting, oh, you better get this. He says, get wisdom. And then he says, get wisdom and don't sell it. Get wisdom and guard it. Watch this, because wisdom will get you wealth. I told you Master P got that $50,000. He spent $50,000. Somebody else would have been a cheapskate. They wouldn't have seen the value. Man, sure, he talking about I ain't giving him $50,000. Not realizing I'm going to make $500 million off this 50K. I need you to get this on today. I want to ask you the question, who's advising you? Is it your friends? Is it your siblings who are at the same level as you? Is it your family members who don't really appreciate or fully see what you have in you? Is it entertainers who are ignorant, but they're rich? Because I shared a message a couple weeks ago, a fool and his money soon depart. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed when I see these guys with money phones and racks and all that. That Negro gonna be broke real soon. That don't impress me. I'm not impressed with that. Because I'm gonna say this and throw it out because it's for free and I'm getting more mature and I might as well give y'all as much as I have as long as I live. Money is quiet. Fronting is loud. I'm gonna say it again. You missed it. You missed it. I'm gonna give it this game. This straight capital. OG gang coming straight from the gutter. I'm gonna give this to you. Money is quiet. Faking and fronting is loud because it's covering up and masking insecurity. That's for free. I'm going to move on. Take it how you want to. Who's instructing you? Who's advising you? Let me give this to you. How many minutes I got? I got 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Dougie Fresh, you're on. I got 5 minutes. I'm going to give it to you. You need people who are experts in their field. You need people who are further, listen to me, you've got to humble yourself to get under people who know more than you in a specific area. I shared this week in my message. When you get around an environment where it's unfamiliar to you and they're using terms where it's hard for you to keep up, take notes, write down whatever phrases they're using. Like, okay, what is that? What is that? What does that mean? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not only going, because sometimes, let me get you this. Sometime you'll hear something or you'll be in an environment because God will expose you to something. Please hear me. Whatever God exposes you to is what he wants you to experience. When God exposes you to greatness, it's not just for you to muse at it. It's to inspire you toward greatness. Whatever doors God opens for you, that's why every time God opens up a door for me to go to another stage, every time God opens up a door for me to go to another event, every time God opens up a door for me to speak somewhere, to do something, I don't care if I got a small part. Because David came into the kingdom, not as a king, but as a musician. But because he did a good job as a musician, he's there learning and watching the kingdom. He knows he's going to be the king. God had him exposed at a lower level before he took him to a higher level. David had sense enough to appreciate the small stuff he was exposed to. See, the problem with some of us is we don't think we need an entry level position. We think if God's going to do something great, I'm supposed to start off at the top. No, you start off at the bottom. And here's what I need you to understand. If you're not careful, you will get ignorant people in your ear who will tell you the wrong advice, tell you the wrong stuff, and you'll mess up your hand, not realize that if you play this card, you play this hand right at this level, it's going to get you to where you go. You got to have some patience. I need to pour as much as I can in you. King David has a son by the name of Absalom. Absalom decides that he is going to overthrow his father. Now watch this. He has an advisor by the name of Ahithophel. A great man is advising him. In fact, David knew that if Ahithophel was on his team, it was going to be hard for him to beat his own son. Watch this. His son is pulling a coup, what we call a coup d'etat. His son is trying to overthrow the kingdom and take it from his father. Watch this. David prays a prayer. He says, Father, God, I pray and ask that you would turn the counsel of his advisor into foolishness. Now watch this. Oh, it's heavy. I'm going to give you the verse. I'm going to take an extra minute to Google that verse and give it to you. Ahithophel goes to Absalom and says, this is the strategy you need to beat your father David. Absalom didn't know what he had. So he hears that from Ahithophel and he rejects his counsel. He goes and he gets killed. Now watch this. Ahithophel goes and hangs himself. Because he knew, okay, David's going to win because this boy didn't listen to me, so I might as well. He's like, Dad, I know we're going to lose. He's going to lose because he didn't take my advice. Had he taken the advice of a seasoned person, this is where I want to help all my young people, all my people who are on here right now. You need older, seasoned, wise sages in your life. I draw from my father and my mother more now than I ever did. I sit down with them. And discuss things. I draw from mentors more than I ever did because I trust their counsel and their advice. I draw from people who are where I'm trying to go. See, we're trying to get advice from people who are trying to go where we're going. Y'all, can I give y'all more? My head is exploding with so much information I want to drop. It's coming so fast. I'm going to give this to y'all, and it's for free. It's for free. It's a sad reality. It's for free. I know I'm doing 100 in the 25. I'm doing about $1.50 in the 25 zone. I know I'm doing 150 in the kids zone, in the school zone. I know I'm talking fast today. I need you to catch this. You're drawing advice from people who are in your same field, who are contemporaries, but they're also competitors. I'm gonna put that in the crock pot and just let it marinate. And whoever gets it can get it. If you don't get it, you missed it. You draw them from contemporaries who are not quite where you're trying to go. And some of them are silently competing with you. So the information they give you is always going to be skewed. What they share with you is always going to be with a hint of twist. What they give you is not always going to help you. This is why sometime I shared this 2 weeks ago in our Wednesday night Bible study. God will isolate you before he elevates you because God wants you to hear his voice over everybody else's. And if he allows you to hear other people's voices as dominant as his, you'll be confused. So sometimes God will shut a door and not let them help you because number one, he don't want them to get the credit. Number two, he don't want you dependent on them. So what God says is, no, I know I'm going to expose you to them, but that's not where your help is going to come from. I'm going to let you in the room. They were just meant to inspire you. They weren't meant to be the one to give you what you need. Come on back over here. I'm going to let you get here. I'm going to let you have that opportunity. Come on back over here. Now get back under me so I can show you how you need to go. Because what's going to happen is you're going to start worshiping the person over worshiping me. Or you're going to give more time to them and drawing from them than you are from me. Not realizing I am the wonderful counselor. I am the everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to make sure you are getting your counsel from me. I'm going to say this. We live in a world where everything is being dumbed down. Music is being dumbed down. Material. I'm sorry, y'all. A lot of this music, the beats are dope, but it's just stupid stuff, y'all. Come on now. I mean, you got dope fiends on the mic. They popping pills. They doing lean, and then they producing this music. And then people are listening to that and patterning. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over 40. I'm in the over 40 club. I can't take my cues from no 19-year-old boy who's on dope, run around with guns in a video. like savages. I'm gonna say it. I got to say something. Just foolishness. And we can't connect music with murder. What are we gonna do about these murders? If every song you sing is about murder, even that song we dance to, what's the song? What's the song where they, listen to the lyrics. Shot him in his spine, knocked his dreads off. I'm not going to get on that soapbox today. I can, but I'm not going to get on it. I told y'all I'm doing $150. I'm 3 minutes over. I just want to give y'all this today. Be careful what is getting in your spirit. I'm going to close with these words. Guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. Guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. I'm going to say it again. Guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. I'm going to say it again. Jesus repeated himself. When you see things repeated in the scripture, it's for emphasis' sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you. Remember Jesus says that? Guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. What does guarding my heart look like? Guarding my ears, because what goes in my ears goes in my heart. Guarding my eyes, because what my eyes see goes in my heart. I'm going to give y'all something else. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I'm going to give y'all something else. I'm riding home from church on Wednesday, right? Somebody said, keep going. I got to leave here now. I'm driving home from church, right? Please hear me. This is going to be the last thing. They teased with me Wednesday and said, you closed 3 times, Pastor, and we looked at each other and said, how many more minutes you think it's going to be, 10 or 15? So I'm closing though. I'm driving home, y'all. True story. I'm on the side street driving home from church. I got my windows down. I smell some skunk. Oh, I know what that smells like. Sticky, icky endo. I'm talking, I used to smoke skunk, dank, funk, doty, endo, all that. I did. So look, I have not had any temptations or any thoughts. I'm driving down the street. It hit me. And when it hit me, certain feelings came over me. Do you hear me? A moment. I'm a godly man. Come on. It came over me so strong that I said to myself, that moment, I'm like, somebody got some stank. Now, I smell it every funeral I do. Come on now. Every funeral I do. One time somebody asked me, one time I was doing a funeral, anytime I do funerals, most of the time, if it's a homicide victim or not, the whole church smell like weed. So, I'm used to that. But this particular day, I'm going to be honest and real with y'all. And as we go into spring and summer, guard your heart. So I'm riding and immediately a feeling came over me. And I was like, man, you know how you got triggers. Anybody who's ever dealt with alcohol, anybody who's ever dealt with drugs, you got triggers. And here's the verse that came to my mind. I want to give this to y'all. Casting down every thought and imagination that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. The first thing I did was took that thought into captivity and said, no. And I began to think about, let me just tell y'all, all of the things the enemy would destroy in my life. It wasn't long, so I don't want nobody to think, little man's on the edge. Y'all, let me tell you understand something. If I've been saved this long, you best believe temptation to the nth degree of all manner has come my way. So this ain't no Pastor Green. He was talking the other day. Oh no, I'm good. I'm helping you. Please, the devil tried it. He tried. And what he does though, and I need you to get this, he sows seeds. So what he does is one day he'll plant a thought in your mind. Then he'll water it. Then he'll get a suggestion. Then before you know it, it's grown into a weed. And you like Deborah Cox, how did I get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. You're wondering, how did you get in the place you got into? I want to help you on today. Guard your heart. Somebody came to me the other day and they said, Pastor, my family, I know I can't be around them because I got triggers. I said, don't go around them. Love them from a distance. Here's the thing, to thine own self be true. Love them from a distance. And sometimes people are like, you scared? No, I ain't scared of you. I'm scared of me. What's wrong? You don't want, you scared? No, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of you. I'm scared of me. You don't know me like I know me. I wish I had a witness in here. So here's what I want to encourage you on today. Guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. Listen, this Sunday, we're starting a brand new series. I'm gone. Y'all done help me longer. David, let's rock and roll. Starting a brand new series entitled, please hear me, entitled Destiny. Now, I probably should have spent more time with this. Destiny. Let me just close. I feel like there's some closure needs to be on the last part. The family barbecue, your friends gathering. Y'all, if you know drinking is a problem for you, don't go around drinkers. If you know getting high used to be a problem for you, don't go around people who get high. If you know fornication is an issue for you, you don't need to be running around no clubs. Just be honest. You don't need to be putting yourself in no environments where you know, because you know once that alter ego kicks in, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Y'all know we all got a buddy love. We got an alter ego. And once buddy love comes out, ain't no buddy love gonna wreck stuff. And then you gonna come to your senses. Have y'all ever seen The Incredible Hulk? Y'all know Bruce Banner, you know, he's like, the old school one from the 70s, he would say, Mister, don't make me angry, because you won't like it when I'm angry. You don't know. He's like, once I go there, I can't even put him back in. Once he come out, I can't, you know, when on Buddy Love, the Nutty Professor's in the car with him, he trying to keep Buddy down. Buddy done turned loose. And Buddy came out. Listen, keep Buddy down. Don't let Buddy out. Guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. Listen, I want to give y'all this. So this Sunday, we start a brand new series entitled Destiny. The first message is destined for greater. And again, it's about the prophet Elijah and Elisha. I'm excited to share this message. You got to be there. I am pouring into you for your destiny. I want to see you reach your destiny. I want to see you reach all your goals and become who God has called for you to become. Make sure you show up and you're there, because I want to see you grow. So make sure I see you on Sunday, 8:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. We've opened up on Wednesdays for a limited number of people to come for our Bible study. That's the first step in our reopening process. We've done it on Wednesday rather than Sunday as we work out and iron out all of the logistics and those kinds of things. So if you would like to be a part of our Bible study and our studio audience, just send in with your registration. Come out. I love to see y'all. Come out, hang with us. Let me pray for you. Father, bless us as we get ready to leave this place, never your presence. Keep us, guard us, and guide us. Cover us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Look, I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Have a great Friday.